All right, hello everyone, it's silverkyle, and today we are going to be taking a look at The Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer, Volume 1 Omnibus that has just come out, and this is a very modern run on Spider-Man. It started just a few years ago, and they recently wrapped it up. I don't know how I feel about getting these modern runs finished up. In Event Omnibus, I really do like that, but and I still like it, getting it for a modern run like this. Like we recently had Hickman's X-Men released not too long ago as well. We're getting the Immortal Hulk. That's one I'm really looking forward to. I have read the majority of that as I was collecting these single issues, and I had the oversized hardcovers for that. So that's something I really enjoyed. And while I'm excited for this, I wish that we could kind of fill in some of the other gaps that we have in Spider-Man. But either way, this is exciting. Let's take a look at what's included here. So it's $125 in the US, $156.25 in Canada. And it collects, so number 1 to 43, 16 HU, 18 HU, 19 HU, and 20 HU, as well as Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle and material from Free Comic Book Day 2018. So that's quite a few issues here. I think it was a little over 1,300 pages. I can't remember exactly. Like, I'm thinking 1320 something. I could be wrong on that, but I know it's over 1,300 pages. So it's a rather thick book here. This is the standard edition. I think I like the direct market, but either way, it's from this run, so that I'm always happy with. That's the one nice thing about modern runs, is that you don't get a variant that is another artist that didn't really work on the material from back then. While I like those in extras, I never really liked the cover to be that. So that's why modern books, I love them all, because they take just two different images from that specific run. So that I really like. It's going to be crazy in a few years from now. So we've got the flaps here. Left hand side is the story. And then, well, let's just take it off. That'd be much easier. And then the right for the creators. What's going to be crazy, especially for Spider-Man, I think, and X-Men, kind of like their main ones that they pump out quite a few for. I think that we'll eventually get to a point, maybe in 5-10 years from now, where we're only, like, all the gaps are going to be filled, and they're just going to be releasing new stuff like this all the time. That's going to be wild. I really like this wraparound. This is really nice. So, yeah, a modern run. I like I said, it's cool, but I think that it would have been funner to have a gap filled in, after Amazing Spider-Man 5, maybe either a 6 or something. So we've got all the creators that worked on this. And then this is from iMac in Turkey. So that's... I have found that there's quite a bit of bleed through that you can kind of see. There's not, which is weird, because I feel that the more modern it is, even if we get it from iMac, there wasn't as much bleed through. It was more so in the older stuff, but this one, I mean, you can kind of see, because they're all very colorful, right? And you can kind of see the backgrounds. You can see that line right there. So just something to notice. For me, most of the time, it doesn't bother me too much, unless it's very apparent, but the more I kind of flipped through this, the more that I saw it. The art here is twofold. One of them is I find that it's a little bit too cartoony at times, but then on the other side, I really do enjoy it. And the more that I read from this, the more I actually enjoy the artwork. I mean, it's Humberto Rama, so I mean, he's excellent. But I think I like his older work more so than his newer stuff. And this was kind of like what the direct market looked like. It looked more like it was this image that they had, but shrunk down on one page. So that's on the one hand. See, here we've got lots of color, so I don't see through it. Anytime that a modern run has that, I feel like when you're getting iMac, you don't have as much of the bleed through. I really like Spider-Man there, though. So this is a great start, like jump on point. If you've never read Spider-Man or it's been a few years, you can get kind of start off with this new version of Spider-Man and dive right in, because it's kind of a reset for him. I really like the lizard in this. God. There's something to the aesthetic of what Spider-Man looks like to me that just it's 100% why I started reading comics, is because that it looked aesthetically pleasing to me. And I get it so much throughout this run. The papers themselves, for the most part, are glossy, but there's a few of them that do have that grainy feel. This one has the grainier feel. Ooh, even more over here. I didn't stretch it out too much here, so just to give you an idea of where we're at, we're probably maybe a quarter of the way through the book. Just trying to go through some of this. Yeah, that's 5 to 10 years from now, I feel like we're going to be finally caught up with everything, and that's going to be wild, to be fully caught up with everything. And for me, I really like reading things in chronological order. I kind of like this. I'm okay with reading because it's more modern, and it's a reset, so I'm okay with diving into that. Same thing with Hulk, X-Men. I'm kind of reading those at the moment, but I kind of, for the older stuff, I want to read from the beginning to end. We do have some of the Absolute Carnage books in here, if you do have those. If I remember correctly, I didn't really like the Spider-Man Absolute Carnage issues. They didn't add too much. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. Now let's just go to the end here. See some of those extras. That's a really nice image right there. That reminds me of the 94 cartoon. These are nice. Looks like the old TV show that they used to have. That was a nice one right there. So we get a lot of the variants for the issues. To me, this is the kind of stuff that I like in the where I like variants is in these extras. That's nice. I'm just trying to get to the end here. I knew that there was a little bit more that other than the variants. And we'll take a quick look at the eye. I mean, it opens up fine. There's not a crazy big eye, but it's there. So there's a bit of gutter loss, I guess, at times. Right, so let's go to somewhere in the middle. I might have to redo this, so give me 1 second. Okay, so this looked a little bit more like the middle, and that's the eye. Come on, that's the eye that we're dealing with. So come on, just focus. It's my shaky hand. So it's there. It's nothing big at all, but she opens up all right. So there you have it. That is The Amazing Spider-Man by Spencer, Volume 1 Omnibus. I'm thinking that we'll probably get maybe Volume 2. Could we get it at the end of the year, or will it be next year? I feel like we're going to get it fairly soon. So anyway, thank you all for watching. You have been bearded in. Beardage!